everybody. It's a new month and you know what that means. It's Woman of the Month time. Today's Woman of the Month is an incredible hairdresser, if I do say so myself, but she's also a lot more than that. She's a devoted wife, a caring mother to two pretty great boys, and is also a compassionate friend. Today, I am delighted to introduce to you Brittney Hiebert. Thank you so much for being here today, Brittney.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I know your journey into motherhood wasn't terribly easy. Do you mind sharing a little bit about your pregnancy and your first year with Finley?
For sure. We found out quite early on that something was wrong, and the midwife had sent us in for an ultrasound. And in that ultrasound, they kind of weren't sure, they weren't allowed to actually tell us at that point what was really wrong, and they had sent us into the city for fetal assessment. And the doctor had turned to us and just said, so this is what we have found. This is what we think is wrong. Today we can do a test to make sure that it is officially what we think it is. And we said, yeah, we will do the test. We just want to know for sure as well. And so we had the amnio done. And a couple weeks later, we got the news that our baby, in fact, had Down syndrome. And so lot of emotions, a lot of God up to that point had been preparing us from even the generation before in my mother-in-law, and had prepared us, just our family, that this was coming. But you still have those feelings of, am I going to be good enough to do this? Can I handle all this? And he just prepared us. But I'm glad he did.
I know his first year, he was in and out of the hospital quite a bit, hey?
Yeah. When he was born 6 weeks early and had surgery at 2 days old. His stomach and intestines were not attached, so they had to go in and repair that. And then he was almost 7 weeks in hospital when he was first born. And then at 8 months old, then we went to Montreal for his open heart surgery, and we were there for 3 weeks. And on Monday, we actually just had surgery number 5. So he's had kind of a few surgeries, just a few things like tubes in his ears to help him hear, drain some fluids, and then this one was just a quick little test to test a few things to just help some issues that he's dealing with right now. So yeah.
Well, and he's a fighter, it seems like, hey?
He is like completely joyful. He, not this surgery, but the last one, it got delayed a little bit, and he was just so hungry because you can't eat right in the morning.
Yeah.
And so we're like, you'll have pizza after surgery. So he's running to the door, the medical doors, and he's just banging on them, like, let me in and have the surgery already. I want to have pizza. So the doctors came out, he grabbed their hands, he walked in happy with them, and we were just in shock. And the other parents just kind of looked like, has he done this before? We're like, yeah, he's kind of a pro at this now. So yeah, but he just shines joy all the time, even in these circumstances where a lot of kids are frightened and scared. He just walks in with God's strength, and it's amazing. He's only 5.
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat how that all works.
That's amazing. Absolutely. And I mean, your attitude through all of this has inspired me incredibly. You are an amazing woman. You're an incredible mom, and I know that joy rubs off on him. And I know that we will definitely give some props to Callan, your husband, as well.
Yeah.
But I get to talk with you every few months or so because of the hairdressing, and it always leaves me inspired.
You always leave me in tears. I'm always in tears.
Well, sorry.
No, good.
Yeah. But I know that Finley's a big brother now.
He is a big brother. He's got a little brother, Nash, and that boy just keeps us busy. He keeps us all on our toes.
And Nash is how old now?
He's 1.5.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So walking and
since
running.
9 months. Yeah, 9 months he just got up and started running.
Awesome.
And, gets into everything. So
that's good.
Yeah.
And Finley, I mean, he has his passions too, right? He loves to dance.
Loves to dance. That guy has moves.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Nash, we still have to teach him a little bit. He dances like a Mennonite, so We gotta. I think Billy needs to teach him a little bit.
Yeah.
Shake those hips a bit more.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So he was in a book recently.
Yeah, we got approached, I guess, a few months ago, and just asked if we would put Finley in a book, and it's called Extraordinary, Series of Manitobans with Down Syndrome, and Finley's actually the youngest in the book. Awesome. Everyone else kind of ranges up to about 28 years old, and it's just really neat to see where everyone else comes from in their walk with Down syndrome, and it's all stories from the people with Down syndrome. So Finley's story is kind of hard to tell because he's not really verbal. So it was more of an observation, and it's just really neat how he tells the story of Finn by just observing him, and it's very neat. Yeah.
That is excellent. Awesome. On top of being this incredible mother, Brittney's also an amazing friend. Roughly a year ago, if I'm not mistaken, she found out that a friend of hers on the other side of the world was diagnosed with cancer. Can you share what you did next?
Yeah, well, me and my husband, when we first got married, we had gone out to Australia for 6 months, and we had nannied for a family out there. And we just became really close. And we got close with the entire family. It wasn't just the family that we nannied for. It was the grandma, the aunts, the uncle, like everyone. We just got really involved with the family. So we feel like we have family all the way across the world. And so when I found out that Tamara was battling with the cancer, I just thought, what can I do? What can I do? And I right away went on to look at flights, and it was just so expensive. And so I thought, there's something I got to be able to do something. And so I just thought, if she lived here, or if we did live near, I would probably pick up the kids and help drive them. I would make meals. I would try and help out how I could. So I thought, what if I could hire a cleaner? What if I could, purchase those things to help out? And so I thought, well, how do I do that? Because, I want to be able to send over a good chunk of money. So I thought, why don't I just shave my head? A hairdresser shaving her hair is quite a big deal in our world. So
yeah,
I thought maybe I can do a little fundraiser and raise some money for her.
And this is
actually the poster that I had put out, and some pictures of Tamara and just the kids and her skydiving. She's a very adventurous woman and just loves to be busy.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you raised a good chunk of money, and you were able to send it to her?
My goal was to raise $3,000, and I raised that and was able to send it out to them. And yeah, they just, they were beyond joyful for that. So I'm thankful.
Yeah. So Brittney, you are an incredible woman, and I wanted to honor you as Woman of the Month and just, share the story, because I know that it will inspire many of you as well. So my last question is, on those hard days, what is it that inspires you?
Lately, I've been just repeating this one song in my head, and it's Vertical Church, Who Will Rise Up? And it just talks about when they're broken, when they're down, when they're crying, when she's on her knees praying, who will take care of that church? Who will? And to me, church is just everyone around me. And I feel like we got to take care of each other. And I get inspired by my kids to be a better mom. I get inspired by my husband to be a better wife and just a better Christian in general. He's just so amazing at serving and sacrificing so many things. And just my family and friends and just everyone around me. So everyone around me inspires me.
That's awesome. Well, like I said, you just shine. So thank you for shining. And thank you guys so much for watching. I know that you are left inspired. And so have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.